All right, let's start the session today. Very interesting session. So I have to figure out how you are going to feed this subject into your brain and how you are going to practically apply this. So because this is a good lecture, before come to the presentation, I preferable to run one video for 4 to 5 minutes, you to understand. I'm not a very technical person anyway to sharing a video or whatever. Then let me try my best to share the one of the YouTube video which is good one I have seen when I searching some videos to show you all. That would be the good video you to understand the basic of communication. This is my subject is the communication today and the leadership communication. You will understand some of the nitty-gritties on the uh, this subject today. All right, let's see how can let me share that video and watch it. All right, here there is. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. And how about now?
Now full screen. Can see.
Okay, great. So then, all right. Wait, can you hear the sound?
No, cannot.
All right, then something that's the issue now. That's the issue. All right. So how can I do that? Anyway, so sorry about that. I will share this video, right, into your link in the what do you call these TQM the link WhatsApp group. Then you can refer and also you can follow many videos are there to cover up the subject knowledge. Then you can understand many of techniques of this subject because this subject is a vital and the vast area and very crucial for the business, especially as the TQM leaders and TQM practitioner. So you will understand when I go through some of the point because this is a very theoretical. I'm trying my best to, as I said, the feed on your brain to understand these areas because you will be the TQM change agent in the future in this industry. So you will understand what are the challenges and how difficult when you are going to work with the team and the cross-functional team, the communication and the leadership skill is very crucial, right? Anyway, let's go to the presentation then. All right. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Give me a second. All right. Okay, this is a TQM framework. I think every lecturer show you, Darshana, myself, Vimal, when we are going to start the session, we just reminding you to understand what are the area being covered. So you can see what are the subject initially we covered customer focus, delighting the customer, business growth. This is a key area, what you have to work as a TQM leader or the TQM practitioner. This is the ultimate goal, how we are going to focus custom areas to satisfy them. And end of the day, not just satisfy that you are going to delight the customer with providing the good service as a business partner or the business stakeholder. And also simultaneously how you are going to grow your business, while you are satisfying the customer and how you are going to grow your business, right? This is the roof is showing. This is the ultimate we are going to achieve, right? Because while we are setting for the customer with focusing, and finally we are going to grow the business, right? That's our ultimate goal. And to do so, we cover the three pillar, and then we cover the basement, where I covered operational stability and the supply relationship and facts-based decision making, integrated system fact-based decision. This is a fact-based decision making is a very, very crucial for you to understand how you going to make a decision based on the facts. That Darshan is covered. And the process centric, how you focus the process-based approach and the strategic and scientific approach and things like that you learn. And also employees involvement. This is a subject I covered. I think continuous improvement also covered by Vimal. So, and today is the final day. And after that, you have some grace period to study further before the examination. And also, Darshana will explain you. I think last time, I don't know, because unfortunately I couldn't participate. So, what is that TQM tool? Have Darshana explained to you all the TQM tool? I mean, the audit tool?
Yes, sir. Yes. We already
All
did
right.
this, sir.
Great, great, great. So because that is a very powerful tool, if you practically use that in your the company and you will understand the gaps, with that you can do improvement for sure. Don't do just one audit. Use like regular, like every 3 months or 6 months. Then you can understand the gap. Identify the gaps, do the improvement, uplift to the some extent. Then again, it's a transformational period. You can grow your business with identify the problems or the audit the weak area to improve through that tool. It's a very powerful tool, right? Okay, then leadership commitment and communication. Let's see how it is goes, right? So as I briefly explained, communication is very vital and crucial, also critical, right? Because a lot of problems happen in the world and the business mainly because of communication, right? Are you agree with me?
Yes.
Anyone?
Of
Right. Yeah.
course.
Yes. If you not communicate properly with understanding others and with understanding their mindset or the scenarios or environment, then you will do some mistakes without knowingly, right? You never think to go some do some mistakes, right? So you will do some mistake, accidentally you do the mistake because of communication issue. That's why I'm very carefully speak today why communication is very important. Okay, basically I'm a trainer for team building. I do many how to say team building training program for many companies. Sri Lanka more than 20 to 30 companies. So I'm doing kind of a activity supervisors and leaders to understand how difficult are communication. I think you also might seen in the videos and a lot of communication the activities how they are going to train their companies and the leaders or whoever, which difficult. So even we teach you today, tomorrow you might face the problem because of communication gap. However, I'm trying my best to give you some basic fundamental and some of the detail and share my experience what we have faced and what are we doing as a best practice in our organizations and whatever wherever I worked before during my 30 years experience. So let me try my best to share the um, experiences, right? And some practical what we have faced and what we are doing and what are the things need to be done by yourself, all right? Because this is very theoretical, as I said. Try your best to understand. I think you better read it hand out 2 3 times if you can. It will be beneficial for you. Why? Because I'm saying there is after this the presentation, there's a questionnaire. I mean, question in the sense assignment for you to do that. I will explain in detail how we are going to do the assignment. It's not difficult, but you have to listen very carefully and you have to follow the handout, especially on the presentation. Okay. All right. So this is the key takeaways today, right? So in this session, I'm going to cover these three areas high level. So you can write down in your handouts because this is required for your examination and also today I give what do you call this assignment. It will be helpful for you. The first one is the left hand side content showing the fundamentals of communication and the requirements to drive the TQM successfully. I'm going to cover how we're going to learn about and what are the things to learn about the fundamentals of communication and the requirements to drive the TQM successfully in the business, not just day-to-day communication. This is try to understand this. I'm not going to teach you how to communicate, how effective listening and, the clear mode and, the person receive the communication. No, not like that. So it's a little high level of communication, best practices in the organization, how we are going to practice, okay, for the successful TQM application. Second, the middle quadrant shows the TQM management system and communication best practices to sustain the business. This is very good point. Like, you can see whatever you said and done, like, process can be perfect, your people discipline will be perfect, people engagement, the involvement perfect, but without communication segment, you cannot success the business because you are going to engage with customers, you are going to engage with suppliers, you are engaged with your internal stakeholders and your colleagues, whoever in your company, end to end. So this is a very crucial subject you to follow because some of the people that from the society, right? They are bringing some the practices. It could be bad or best, but they are trying to apply in the organization because in last 20 years I saw that our apparel industry, what they are doing is shouting. Basically, that they are only tool is shouting, right? There is no building up relationship, right? They are trying to bulldoze entire workforce or whoever in the department. That kind of a bad practice also have. Try to understand. Let me cover when you go through the presentation and the subject matters, you will understand what are those, right? And finally, the right hand side is called what? How communication will drive. How communication will drive. While I'm the explaining, please write down, okay? How communication will drive to ensure the organization or the department to the right direction. How you drive your department or organization to the right direction, which will help communication. All right. Okay. Any question on this three, guys? If not, then I'll move. Okay. Right. Have you write down? If you want time, then I can
write
order.
down.
All right. All right. Okay. See, I'm just going to remind. Okay. I'm going to remind what is the total quality management, right? Because Darshana, the beginning, he covered this segment, but I'm just reminding because today is the last day. You to understand why communication is vital, because I'm just refreshing your knowledge about TQM, right? Let's, I believe that it's in your back on your brain, but just let's try to take it out, all right? Just we'll read this the wordings. TQM originated in the 1950s with pioneers like Walter Shewhart and Joseph Duran and W. Edwin Deming, revolutionizing manufacturing quality first in Japan, then globally. Actually, I'm following this Edward Deming's lot of articles. I learned a lot from that. Actually, I'm following his, the books also, the super books. If you can read it, you can learn a lot because I was reading the Total Quality Manager of Edward Deming's super book. You can learn a lot. What it is coming all the way from 1950s, all right? And it's a philosophy, comprehensive philosophy. That means this is not a hard and fast rule. It's a comprehensive philosophy you have to align with, right? That means management approach focus on continuous improvement and customer satisfaction across all organization dimension. Like, there are big meaning on all these sentences. All right. A management approach focus on continuous improvement. Look at that. It's a evolving day by day, hour by hour, week by week, month on month. It's evolving. Just not stop. You cannot be satisfied when the TQM journey you done today, you think I done it. No. So you have to think about how you're going to evolving, how you're going to improve that to the next level, next level, next level. Like, that's the way that you have to develop your organization. All right. So not only quality area, you have to look at other areas as well. Like, this is TQM in the total, every employee, like, this is the second segment, total employee involvement. That means everybody involvement. Because quality is everything. Quality is everybody's business. Based on my sessions, last session, I covered that. I explained clearly. Quality is everything. Not only QA department responsibility, everybody, even sweeper or whoever in the security guard at the gate, also quality, right? Quality of the person, quality of the environment, quality of the process, quality of the product or service, right? So engages all employees at every level, top to bottom, bottom to top, to improve processes. Think about that. It's not just why they're engaging, to improve the process, not just talk and talk. Is just to improve the process. Also, products or the service and workplace culture. So, the TQM, the theory says now, based on the comprehensive philosophy of TQM, total employee involvement for what? To improve processes, product, service, and workplace. And the other is customer centric focus, like based on the customer requirement, right? All activities, allowing all activities toward meeting or exceeding customer expectation. That means we have to delight the customer end of the day, right? Why? Because we are going to grow our business, all right? Is that clear? Is replenish your brain, because all the tools and theories we teach you and we share with you. This is the final the change you are going to do, because you are going to change you are going to drive, you are going to in the planting everybody's brain, the philosophy, right? Is that clear, guys? I want to hear somebody.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Then let's look at why communication is vital for TQM. Specifically, I'm going to brief why TQM is vital for communication is vital for TQM. Because communication would be like a binding a mortar. It's a mortar in the sense, when we have to make the brick, it's like a bricks, right? So, is a everybody connecting each other through the communication. Everything is communication, right? So it works like the binding mortar. It's say like um, every TQM elements, right? And to get to the system, the communication is vital, right? It's a kind of connecting it between 1-2 person or batch of people or the process or whatever. The communication is vital, right? Communication is very important. That's why it is a kind of binding a mortar, right? Mortar in the sense, not the firing mortar, is a kind of a, why to say mortar is a strong arm. Okay. Shared understanding. What does that mean? Understanding the quality objectives, right? Across all the organization level and functions. So that means you are going to share to understand everybody through the proper communication, right? To everyone in every function, them to understand what your objectives. Because in the business, they are doing with the objective. Ultimately, there is a goal, right? So everybody should know, right? Top to bottom, bottom to top, know what are the objectives they are going to achieve finally. Because without objective, anybody cannot go anywhere. Because if you are going somewhere like, if you plan to go in another country, then you have to plan it. What is your objective, right? Why you are going there? What is the purpose? So communication will be working to success that objective, right? So that means understand, share the understanding, right? And also coordinate action, other point, right? That means it's supporting the seamlessly, like to put the coordination or the motivate and to improve whatever the continuous improvement efforts through the organization. That means coordinate each other. Like it's a communication will be support you to coordinate each other to improve, continuously improve uh, through the organization. Another one is multi-directional flow. Look at that. Like as I explained, top to down, like leadership vision. Now, every company have a vision. More even having a vision, are you sure, right? I need to hear from you. Who does know this vision statement? Okay. You have nice board in the wall and nice manual you have. Vision statement is there. Is that clearly know that vision by your member level, with the ground level people? Like say, for example, in the apparel sector, we can say operators. Does they know that? I'm not saying exactly wording or what, or at least summary of that, the vision statement. Do they know how they engage by themselves to achieve the vision? Anybody can you explain? Because what I'm trying to say is even top management set the vision or the business owner set the vision. If company, all the employees don't know, then they don't know how to connect with vision. Say, for example, you are going to achieve 300 million per dollar per annum, right? So then that is the ultimate vision. Okay. So every worker should know that message by themselves to understand how they support to achieve that. If they don't know, they didn't know what they are doing. They don't know their value, right? What happened that management thinks, okay, I have a night vision, I have a good vision, statement is very clear. But end of the day, if you go and ask operator or somebody, okay, do you know what is your company objective or vision? No one don't know. They might say, okay, I come to work, I do my work and go home. They don't know what to do. Let's say, for example, you can ask a question from INS. What is your support to achieve ultimate goal? What is your goal in the company? They might say, okay, I'm supporting with ironing the garment with the right quality and the right speed to achieve company efficiency. Then he know then if we achieve the right efficiency, the right quality, then end of the day we can achieve, right? That's the answer they have to tell. If they're not telling anything and looking at the face, that means you are not communicate to them your company vision. Either way, some companies they are giving a small sentence, either say paper, them to the practice because audits are coming and question. Then they like a parrot, they are just explaining without, it's not by heart. Understand? Right? That's why I'm saying communication is very vital. The top to bottom, you have to communicate properly, like leadership vision. Uh, if anybody don't know the company vision, then there will be a big gap to achieve ultimate goal, what your plan. I'm sorry. Bottom up improvement ideas and literally cross-functional team. Yeah, every cross-functional team need to know what they are doing, what other department doing, and what are their KPIs, what are their achievement. Everybody must know ultimate vision to achieve together as a team. That's why communication is vital. And stakeholder integration, like connects internal teams with external partners, suppliers, and customers to ensure alignment to quality standards. This is the finally, as I explained before, communication will support you to connect with who? External parties like suppliers and whatever the service provider, or either whatever, even bringing the food to your company and canteen supplier, or like everybody is your suppliers, external parties. Then how are you going to communicate them? Because that also need to align with your vision. Because if you know, think about like the providing like quality foods or quality the service, then it will be impact to your ultimate the goal or vision, right? Suppliers, as I explained, like customers, even customer is ultimate our king. So we have to satisfy the end of the day. So communication will support you to ensure all this alignment based on the quality requirement. No, everything is quality because as I said, everything is quality. Quality is everybody business. Even saying everything gate, the whoever come from the gate to until they go back, whatever the movement they do is a quality, right? And the item or whatever the activity you do, there is such to be quality. It means communication also one of the segment you have to maintain. Is that clear? Now you are saying without effective communication, even the most well-designed TQM initiatives will fail to achieve their potential. Understand? Even you design very nice TQM practice, best practice, everything. If your effective communication is poor, then you will fail. Try to understand. That's why the last session is we are plan this to train you or the give you communication. Don't forget communication very important. Okay. Any question? Is that clear? I need to hear
Yes,
at least one person. Yeah,
clear.
clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Ram.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Aruna. Okay. Let's look at. As I told you, this is actually very theoretical. Okay. So sorry about that. Anyway, this is the nature of the session. So because communication, I don't have time to communicate each other like go and classroom do the one kind of communication. It's not a practical. That's what I'm giving the theoretical you to understand. Communication requirement according to ISO 9020 2015 because this been covered by Vimal, the ISO 9000 and ISO the segment. So there's one clause says 7 clause. It's a support. Specifically address communication as a critical enabler of effective quality management system. Then look at this. So based on the ISO tool, clause 7 says support, right? To the what quality management system is a communication enabler. That's a critical enabler. And this is a very important. So then it's clearly said what to communicate, when to communicate, how to communicate, where is specified. So let me try to quickly explain this one. So you have a quality policy and objective. As I explained, you should have quality policy and objective which everybody understand. Everybody easily read and understand. Everybody keep in their brain. In the company, everybody understand what is their quality policy, right? Not only display the board, display on it, by heart, they should have quality policies. The objective, what they need to achieve, what to communicate. You have to communicate properly this quality policy and the objectives to everybody. Process requirement is specification, understand, okay. Even you have a nice process in the book, if you not communicate properly, no one don't know how to follow. One example, work instruction, right? Now, I saw one of the company, they do, the IE department, they are making STW. You know STW? You know the STW?
Yes, sir. Yes, we know. Yes,
Right,
STW. Standard
STW,
worksheet. Yeah.
standard worksheet, right? Standard worksheet, I'm not good writer, but anyway, this is STW. Standard worksheet, right? Standard worksheet, right? So, which means that, what IE department, they are writing a nice story on the sheet, right? We say like a sheet, critical to quality, critical to process, and the pictures, everything. But they just come and hang in front of the operator and go back. When we ask a question from operator, they don't know. Then what's the purpose of doing STW? Try to understand. These are the small nitty-gritty you to understand, right? Even is it just it's like a nice to have, it's a shake of doing. Don't let anyone to do anything without a purpose. There should be a purpose and properly communicate. Then as a TQM practitioner, you go and ask. Oh, you can when you're while working in the production floor, you go and pick STW sheet and ask operator, okay, what are you doing? Then he or she should know how to tell. Then step by step, you can look at the STW, how they are following steps. Then also you can ask, do you understand this STW? If they say no, that means IE department not communicate properly or quality department not communicate properly. Is that clear? So that means you have to communicate properly in the process or the product. the manufacturing process. Another one is give me a second. All right. Here, performance metrics analysis. I think every company have performance metrics and analysis. Can you tell me anyone, do you have performance metrics and analysis every month or year? It's called KPIs and all. Do you have, right?
Yes, we do.
So I believe every employee understand your performance metrics. I know some of the companies where I work. So they have many KPIs. One department have, I think, 15 to 20 KPIs. They don't know how to achieve, they don't know what it is. Right. So if you can set of 4 to 5 or 6 maximum KPIs, it's better, right? It will be very powerful. So also that everybody must understand KPI, performance metrics and the analysis, how they analysis. If it's dropping, then they know how to do the problem solve to catch back what they have planned based on the KPI. And the corrective action preventive, right? I'm talking about the ISO, the book says, right? Corrective action, preventive action, and very clearly mention, you have to very clearly define how you are going to do the corrective action and the preventive action. If something goes wrong, what are the things you immediately do that, and how you go, whatever you improve, then how you're going to sustain it. That's why preventive action. That means preventive. Prevention is better than cure, right? So not to happen again that one. What are the best practice you are going to inculcate into your system or the best practice? All right. Then when to communicate during planning and implementation, like it's when you're planning time that you have to communicate properly. When changes occur or processes or requirement, that means if something change, when you change something done, you have to communicate properly, right? Say for example, you process change, then you have to properly have a meeting with everybody and who are the process owners or process members. You have to communicate properly. Okay. And also after audits, reviews and evaluation. Now, the ISO, based on the audits, what they done, they have a very clearly mentioned. They are explained clearly what are the audit findings, and these are the audit findings. Then, they communicate to everybody, process stakeholder, process owners, and also reviews also being done. And finally, they do the evaluations. Okay. When non-competitors are identified, like if something goes wrong, like customer complaint or internal problems happen, non-competitive product quality or service problem, then how we are going to when are you going to identify those issues in the process or the people or the product? Okay, that mean being you have to be arranged. You have to be arranged. How to communicate through control documentation? That they say how to control the documentation and via formal and informal channels, like how you're going to communicate to the formal informal channels using appropriate technologies, like whatever the technology, SMS or email or whatever the technology you can do that. And with verification of understanding, how we are going to verify and understanding the document, like everything is defined in the ISO 9001 and 2015 communication requirement. That's a segment. I mean, that's a slide shows. Okay. Now here finally says organization must determine and implement effective method for both internal and external quality related communication. That means whatever the process changes done, whatever the process happen, or whatever the problem you have to communicate. I tell you one example. Now, recently we had a quality issue. So then what we do is, before we do the root cause analysis or the investigation, we immediately update customer. Hey, dear customer, whoever the name, we had come across one of the quality issues, which we are doing detailed investigation. We will get back to you sooner. Where it will be impact into our delivery. And to avoid that kind of issues in the future, we do proper problem solving. Or then that's the way we communicate. Then customer is happy. Because when the delivery time, if delivery going delay, they ask many questions, why delay? Before it's going to, before customer going to ask question, we communicate properly. All right, that's the way you have to work. All right. Okay, is that clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Right. This is the other the slide. Effective communication practice in TQ implement. This is a very theoretical segment also. You have to understand. I'll try my best to explain like the some of the example. Communication skill training. You have to do the some communication training, right? So some are lecturers are there, very practical lecturers. You know, I also do kind of a communication training during the our team building training and leadership training. So how to communicate and how actively listening techniques. So there are a lot of that's what I'm going to share you a video. Then you can understand that, right? Active listening techniques. You have to practice and treat them. What are the active listening techniques? So how you clearly listening what they until without disturbing somebody like who talking without disturbing, you have to clearly listen. Number one, as a leader, you have to the listen. Listen is a very powerful tool as a leader. If you are jump and talk and you are going to, if you are going to disturb to others when they are talking, then this will distract. Then what happen? There is like a conflict. So that kind of a best practice you have to train your people and you also understand how we are going to communicate. The listening properly in the communication factor. And other one is data visualization and presentation. Like, you have to train how your team do the presentation skill, right? So how they use their hand, how they are standing in front of audience, and what are the techniques they are to use, how they pronunciation, how they look at the audience. When the audience asks a question, how we're going to interact. Those kind of a presentation skill you can show them how use the data visualize and how show them like how say a graph them to understand or the fluctuation and showing kind of a cursor or the arrow or laser beam like those kind of a thing you can practice and technical writing for procedures. This is a very important one. So you have to train the your people how they should write the SOPs. There is a method of SOP, right? I think Vimal covers some extent, I think, is how we are going to write the SOP, right? So initially you are write down the objective, then scope, and who are the responsible participants. Likewise, there's a sequence. Then you have to train accordingly, right? And conflict resolution method. You have to define how we are going to train the people, like how we are going to resolve the conflict. There are some techniques how we are going to resolve the conflict. You understand in the problem backward investigation and identify the exact root cause and bring it to the surface and how everybody to get together. I think sometimes conflict start unnecessary because of unnecessary communication, right? So then while you are uh, understanding among everybody and go backward investigation, you can resolve it immediately, right? So that kind of practice you can train your people like conflict resolution methods. Cross-cultural communication skill, like how you communicate with your other colleague, right? Other department, right? And cross-cultural, like so if you are going to meet some other, like I heard that who Ravi is going to travel Jordan, right? Then how we are going to work with Jordan people, right? So you cannot use, you have to listen them that it's a different culture. So I work in different culture. So some other their practice is different than Sri Lanka. So they are the Chinese especially, right? Chinese talk very shout. I remember when I was working Cambodia. So I was shocking when I'm starting with the work with Chinese. They are shouting. I feel that they are shouting. No, they are communication pattern. The way they talk. If the person don't know, they get angry because sometimes the person trying to like shouting. Have anybody work with Chinese the colleagues guys?
Yes, we
Anyone?
do.
Oh,
Yes.
Ravi. So have you had experience with that, Ravi? How they talk like very shout and
Yeah, they have a high pitch.
high pitch. Absolutely right. High pitch. If you don't know, then you feel that person is I mean blaming or the shouting at me, right? That you have to understand that. So those are the things you have to I mean educate your people, right? And the other one is multi-channel approach, like daily this is very important. So I tell you what I do at even now, right? So even now, as a global director of quality and the technical, and Actually, I'm having is a virtual call, is a Zoom meeting, but I'm trying to say, likewise, you should have, if you are in a operational guy in the shop floor, you have to have a stand-up meeting because I have this experience. I travel Australia to understand based on when I was in Vietnam. I travel to Australia to understand how the effectively uh, do best practice in the companies based on the lean practices. I have observed most of the companies every day morning they have 15 minutes meeting. What they do is they connect each other. They have everybody coming on time in front of the board. That board before they come, everything updated. They are nominated somebody with the photograph, and that person responsible to update the what do you call this the board. They that after updated that everybody get together and understand what happened yesterday, what are the things we are going to do today, and how we're going to achieve. Right, those kind of a quick practice, quick communication practice they have. I have seen furniture company, I have seen automobile, I have seen steel manufacturing company, and other one government, some other companies, and hospital, and a lot of areas I visited. Then they have the practice. Look at that. So you also can start that kind of practice. Not only your department, you can explain other departments to have a stand-up meeting every day. I think your companies have that kind of practice, right? Most of the companies you have, right? Am I correct? Do you have a stand-up meeting daily? Anybody?
Yeah, Mr. Mohammed.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have.
How long it take? Don't maximum better to have that maximum half an hour. Don't go beyond that.
Yeah,
If
we have
don't
around 10 minutes we plan.
have, how long it will take?
Around 10 minutes.
Around 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. How others? How other colleagues? If you don't have, please start. This is a very powerful tool. Why? Because you can engage with your people. Because when you are going to the operation, start the operation, you don't have time to meet. Then at least you should have a qualitative time to connect with them, to understand your objectives today, and you can explain them what has happened yesterday and what are we going to do today, and kind of a plan you can share with them. At least you can motivate them, right? So that kind of a practice you have to start. Okay. Another one, visual management board in works area. Yeah, I'm going to cover quickly, like because because of time constraint. The visual management is very you know what it is. Digital dashboard, I'm going to cover some of the next slides. Regular quality newsletter, you can share that quality newsletter because I remember when I was in Vietnam, every month there's a newsletter we are sharing with everybody. And I'm writing one of the sentences, what do you call this article, all the employees to understand about the quality, right? I'm writing articles, not the lengthy one. Some articles, I'm writing about some subjects of quality. Then they will read it, they will understand. Likewise, you also can introduce executive quality briefing and town halls meeting. Right? So you can, I think that this is a new practice actually in the world, town hall meeting. The senior level team get together and coming a platform, and all the employees looking at them, and they top management giving opportunity then to talk. They ask a question, right? Then so few employees they are questioning, right? Have you seen these town hall meetings? Anybody have these town hall meetings in the companies? Anybody?
Yes, we do. We do town hall.
Great. Yeah, that is a good one, right? Because you feel the essence of that, right?
Yeah.
Because yeah, that's a good opportunity to, I mean, to meet top management and ask some open question, right? So in front of all the employees. Good. And the feedback is also very powerful in the communication practice, right? In the TQM. Suggestion system for improvement ideas, as I think this one being covered the previous session, like the feedback mechanism is a face-to-face feedback or it's a hidden feedback. You can allow like a box or whatever in somewhere in the hidden area. They can put their the concerns or improvement point or whatever they can put the box. Then you can read suggestion box, right? There should be suggestion system or survey in the, like anonymous survey you can share with everybody, like Google system now, because after the session we are also sharing you to, I mean, your feedback about our the session today. And likewise, then you can share some of the surveys for them to give you feedback. Open door policy, like some of the this is open door policy. Everybody come and touch the door and come inside and talk to your boss. Like anybody can come and it's open door policy. There's no proper channel, so they have to come and talk to anybody, senior level, like with the leaders. Anonymous report channels or issues, like think about that, and that anonymously, you can report in channels for issues. If they have issue, then you face to face cannot tell, then there should be another way to tell in, like anonymously, the hidden, hiding somebody. No one don't know who's giving a communication. Then there should be a mechanism to communicate because then you can understand. Do you remember I say I explained, like what General Electrical Jack Well done. So he bring his team to party and give a small the drink or party. Then they start to talk like kind of a thing. You can start like an anonymous the messages, so anonymous information to collect to understand the weak area, improvement area. And the regular process audits, obvious. This is you can understand if you do the process audits, like then you communicate to everyone what are the gaps in the process or people concerns. You can based on I think we Jarson shared that the TQM audit tool. Then you can based on that you can communicate. Custom feedback integration system, like how you get the customer feedback. Actually, one of the company I work in Sri Lanka, that they have every month customer feedback. So 1 to 10, they rate everything, like we are looking at the customer feedback. How are we, like based on the service what we are providing, and the quality is right, and the delivery is okay, and how communication we done, and the people response, and all those kind of criteria have. You can create a kind of that thing, that kind of a platform to share with customer to get the feedback, or based on the KPI, whatever, you can get the feedback. This is the area I've been covered in the effective communication practice in TQM implementation. If you are going to implement the communication TQM implementation, all these need to be covered based on the communication. Is that clear, guys?
Rohan.
All right, good. So then there are 12 segments to cover now. There are communication method, like that I'm going to talk about a little briefly what I discussed before. The downward communication, right? As I explained, like you should have vision and policy communication, right? As I explained before, everybody in the organization should understand your company objective. Between vision and policy communication has to be done properly. Theoretical and verbally, you have to clearly communicate, right? Your department or your company, everybody understand company vision and the policy. Otherwise, employee will disconnected with the top management, right? Top management communicates quality vision, policies, and strategic objective clearly to all organizations. That's what I'm saying. This is one of the fundamental. When you're going to apply TQM, this is must. Okay. And the other one is role and responsibilities. Every employee must have a JD. Don't forget this. Recently, I defined in my department to every country, my QA managers, they know what to do, they know how to do, they when to do everything. I define and clearly communicate. Each member level to you, including me, I have a roles and responsibility pay. I define that and clear recently. Everybody clear now. Likewise, you also must do that. If you are a TQM practitioner, then everybody understand, then very easy to perform. Actually, they know their limitations. They know what are the limit, their boundaries they know, and even the KPI, right? So very easy to work. That's the previous culture, like 20 years back. That's why managers are shouting, because they don't know what to do, how to do, when to do, right? They don't have clear vision or policy statement, and they don't have they not clearly define and provide the role and responsibility to others, like likewise, and goal alignment. Likewise, you have to set that downward communication, right? Is that clear? Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Good.
Then upward communication, that means that is topward, then upward, how you are getting the feedback from your employees, right? So there should be the report problems. Like, if there's a problem, there should mechanism to report the problem. If you don't have that problem, it is another problem, right? So now in last slide, I explained the top to down. Now this one, the bottom to up. That means there should be a mechanism to the communication. Every employee should have the mechanism to communicate to the next level or top level, right? That's what upward communication, right? It's also very vital in the communication. Like, you can set a kind of a SMS or the group, or like, some of the hidden boxes or whatever, then it will be a better for your company and the organization to run the TQM, because they will give a feedback for you. Even you might think, okay, I apply good process, but perhaps it's not user friendly for uh, worker in the operator or employee in the shop floor. Then you must get the feedback, because some of the operator not giving their feedback openly. Why? Because they have a fear, right? That you have to build that kind of a mechanism to get the feedback. And here there's a success story. Like, as example, you learn like quality circle. I think you learn, right? Have you gone through the quality circle?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So this is one example. Quality circle in Motorola empowered workers to raise quality concern directly to management. Look at this. They give an opportunity, right? All the employees to talk with top management, or they are giving feedback about quality. Like, you also can connect with, the bottom level, right? At least once a month, get the feedback from them, right? Why? Because they're resulting in 50% reduction in manufacturing defect. Look at that, because of the success story and the best practice, because they are connecting with directly with top management, resulting in a 50% reduction in manufacturing defects within 1 year of implementation. Look at that. Motorola initially it failed. Now finally I visited a Motorola company in Australia. So it's a super company, actually very nice, and they are very teamwork and the very precise work they have. So look at that. That's their success story. Because why? Their feedback is very powerful. Likewise, you also can start. It's upward communication. Even you are giving me top to down, then the other bottom to up. Okay, right. So horizontal communication, right? Look at the horizontal communication mean. As I explained, I think I've been covered, but anyway, let me just brief. Like cross-functional team, like, how you should know how to communicate with other department. I tell you one example. I mostly work with merchandisers. I'm working in the sample room. I'm working with production. I'm working with technical department. I'm working with heat transfer team. Like, there is a mechanism like meeting communication, right? Meeting method. Like, we plan the meeting, we invite them to come, and we have agenda. We communicate based on the agenda point. We discuss properly, right? To if there's a problem, then we call a meeting and gather together. It's not complaining mode. It's a comply mode. Together we are going to find the solution together, right? Here the horizontal coming, like, horizontally we have to work like cross-functional team, right? Let me little rush because the time, like, I mostly have covered a lot of areas during our discussion, like, so horizontal communication is that. It's basically how we are going to collaboratively work with others. Like, horizontal communication means how we are going to work with other department or the stakeholder in the proper way. It's a collaborative communication. Okay, we mean horizontal communication. All right. So the break is coming another 4 minutes. Do you have any question about so far, guys? Any question? Any unclear area? Then I can explain you. Yeah. Then we discuss about the cross. Here one of the example based on the horizontal communication example I given here. Cross departmental teams at Tata Steel. Ratan Tata is one of the good leader in the world, right? So
Yes,
recently,
famous.
yeah, famous guy is have a lot of values. I'm respecting him. So I have also I have seen his lot of article. So he's a legendary guy. Okay, Tata Steel improved production quality by 32% by sharing real-time data across design, manufacturing, and quality assurance department. That means, look at that. So design to bulk production, right? Now in our company also have, we define, actually I took the leadership. When we receive the supply information, together with everybody, we understand, realizes the product, and we define and re-engineering the product. And we understand all the risks, and we are giving solution, and we formatted, everything's there. We are making a package. We call development handover package. I mean, we assured everything, right? So then we communicate to factories proper way, and we are giving train kind. You also can do kind of a thing, because to design, from design to production, right? So then you have to work with the cross-functional team, right? Then only you can successfully make that kind of a scenario. All right, guys. Okay, then I think time's up for break. Anyway, 2 minutes early, but anyway, I give you 5 minutes break. Please come back. Yeah, within 5 minutes. Okay. All right, guys. Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. You are back to the session.
Hi. Yes, sir. Hi.
Hi, Rohan. Yeah.
I guess everybody is here, right? So let me know. Only 12%. Yeah, okay. Right. Okay, guys, before explain the slides and the session, I want to just remind you, because I mistakenly told you all this is the last day. No, because subjective matters, yes, is the last day, but next week also you must join, because you have mock examination to value your knowledge before examination. You may have some challenges, otherwise, because examination is online. If you done mistake, then it will be a problem for you to get the marks. That's why I think Darshana and Vimal and myself join and explain clearly how to join, how to read the question, understand the question, and mock question we give you, and then you have to uh, answer the question. Then we will teach you if there's a mistake anybody done. Then Darshana will explain you everything in clearly. All right. Is that clear? Next week you have a class. Please join that. Darshana will share the link. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. So I need to hear your voice, because it's also communication. If I communicate to you, if you not give me feedback, I don't know is communicate properly or not. Am I correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Sam. Thank you. Right. So this is actually external communication, right? We've been covered upward, downward, like some other area. Now this is a fourth point, is external communication, like customers. How you are going to communicate customers, right? You have to get the feedback, as we discussed earlier as well. So you should have mechanism, like the mostly customers are coming to the factories. Like I share my experience. What they do is, before customer comes, you must have a plan or agenda. That you have to connect with them. Why are they coming, right? Actually, personally, I do that. If some customer saying we have 5 or 6 customer, they are sending me, Rohan, we are going to visit your factory. Then I feedback, and I am having call with them, and I ask question, what is the purpose of visiting? Then I get the clear information. I note down clearly, and accordingly we arrange the proper agenda. Even we say, for example, if they are going to stay in the hotel, even hotel name, and what time they are reached to hotel, right? And we also arranging vehicle what time going to pick up the customer, and also then from customer, from the hotel to factory, how long it will take. Then also we plan the time, right? And then after they come, then how they settling down. We plan the proper meeting room. Okay. And likewise, you have to define everything. That's the way, it's another communication to satisfy customer. So even customer say, customer don't know how to come, where to come, there'll be a lot of, when they come on the road, they are asking, hey, where are you coming? Where am I coming? What kind of, what kind of meeting room I'm going to use? Those kind of unnecessary communication will happen. Then what happens? Customer is not satisfied when they are coming to the factory or company. Before that, we have to clearly communicate while engage with them, get the information properly, and communicate properly. And there won't be any issues between customer and us, right? And so then, likewise, I'm sharing my experience, what we do. Likewise, you should have a gathering feedback. Like you have to collect information. Like, even when they come and go back. So uh, when they are coming, they are having a meeting with us. We plan the agenda. And before they go home, go back, hotel, we get the feedback from them. Right? We are gathering feedback. Okay, how is the visit today? And what did you observe? Can you give us a feedback? Then we note down. And when, okay, thank you for your feedback. We appreciate that. So we notified that because as a third day you visit our factory, we notified your concern and the comment. Okay, let me come up with the action plan, improvement action plan, short term and the long term. I'm giving feedback to them. As then customer very happy. You know why? They come and give us a the comment. Then we are responding to that comment and saying, we listen to you properly and we clearly understand your concern or whatever. Then we are giving an improvement action plan also. Then customer, we think they are real professional. So they are respecting to us and they are taking care of our business, right? Customers are coming for what? They are giving a business us, right? They are coming to see their business, how we are doing, right? Are we delivering on time? How is the quality? How people work with their product or whatever they are come and see, right? They walk through the factory, they are talking to the people sometime. So all those things happen. So to avoid unnecessary thing like unnecessary communication or customer negative feedback, you must plan in advance. Okay. That's what I'm saying. To get the feedback, you have to plan from the hotel. I shared my experience. We do that here, right? So as a QAM or the CEO or the operational guy or whoever, think about this is a very powerful tool. Before customer come to the factory, please understand their requirement. Accordingly, please plan the day for them. And also somebody has to engage. Now, if the customer come and is staying in the room, okay, nobody go and talk to them. And you all are in the another work, right? Somebody has to be engaged. Even that engaging people also you have to plan. Actually, our agenda point, our agenda list, our the schedule, we define the name as we mention the name as well. Okay, Rohan and whoever other names need to connect with this time slot. They're very clear. Then when they come to the factory, we show them the agenda point first. Then they understand our plan, day plan, right? Customer very clear what to do, when to do, how to do, and how they engage with us. That kind of scenarios you have to create, right? And also supply also same. Now sharing quality requirements and you have to give a feedback for them, right? Actually, this been covered in our strategic suppliers. Remember how you are giving the feedback, performance feedback. You have a scorecard. You have to create a scorecard, whoever the suppliers, how they are sending the goods on time and the cost factor and the quality and the response or whatever, you have to arrange. I think I show one image Vimal shared with you all. I remember supplier scorecard, right? Is that, you all remember that? Anyone?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. So that kind of a tool, you can use it to give a feedback to supplier. That's also communication. It's external party communication. Why? Because improvement opportunities you can identify. So if any supplier delaying deliveries or quality issues, then you can show them, hey guys, your performance are poor this month because of your whatever the consignment we receive have a concern, quality problems in the upper sector, color shading, or we cannot cut the fabric on time because of the quality issue, right? You can communicate to them. And regulators like ensuring compliance with standards and reporting like compliance requirement, like in the regulatory regulatory mean like it's what do you call this important fundamentals which we cannot compromise in any circumstances, right? Those need to be communicated. And stakeholders mean that communicating quality achievements and corporate responsibility. Yes, that if you achieve any quality achievement, you have to share with achievement, right? And show like anybody have a quality forum? Do you have the quality
Yes, sir.
forum in your company?
I have.
Anybody?
Yes, we have.
Suresh?
Once a
Yeah,
year.
we have.
Once a year. Why is that, Ravi? I think I suggest, I tell you, it's fine. It's fine. That is based on your company policy. It's fine. I tell you, this is a quality forum would be the powerful tool because I do that. What we do is we call a meeting to in person, like we have 13 factories around the world, like Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Egypt, and Thailand. Then what we do is we call them to come to one place in the good hotel. Before they come, we prepare all the data and every area, like not only quality department, other areas as well, merchandisers. We are giving some other department person to come and talk in the quality forum. Like we are giving like 15 minutes to 20 minutes for them to share their information to our quality department, quality managers, right? And quality forum is not only quality managers and other cross-functional team also join, like a senior level, top management joining. Then we review all the data, like start to end, like product safety violation, MD concern, and metal control prevention, absenteeism and labor turnover, and quality concern, customer concern, supplier concern, all those things we discuss and the morning time. And what we do is in the evening, we do some together with everybody, we do some problem solving activity. We identify the top burning one or two issue or three issue. We divide the team who have participated on that day, divided 2 to 3 team, and we are giving the topic. Say for example, we can say, okay, burning issue is a shipment failing. Okay, last month shipment fell. Then what need to be done? Then we give that subject to one team or 5 or 6 team. They together they brainstorm and understand what are the points lacking in the process or people or connectivity to the supplier or customer or wherever they identify the problem root causes. I think you learn about some of the problem solving technique. Am I correct? YY
Yes.
analysis,
Yeah.
FMEA, right? Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
So whatever
exactly.
simple tool like Ishikawa diagram or whatever, you can use it among the team. You can give 1 or 2 hours them to brainstorm and discuss, and come up with the solution plan, action plan. What we observe, I do that actually practically in the every month. So we call a meeting. We gather together. We explain them in the morning time all the data, everything, and top management come and go. And we communicate some perhaps customer feedback, new updates, everything we do in the meeting. After that, after lunch, we do activity. Like now purpose of we are doing that, they must come up with the improvement action plan. How we are going to resolve that burning issue, shipment failure, right? Kind of. Then what I do is we get that action plan. I notified and make the action plan nice in Excel chart. I'm going to organize a weekly review meeting, and I follow up with the critical the action, then with the personal with those people. So likewise, I follow it up. I have assistant anyway that she will communicate to the factory this action have you completed or not. Share with the evidence. Share with images. Share with us the data. So likewise, we follow it up. That kind of a mechanism you can start. Like think about that. Quality forum is very important, right? So when you're going to organize a quality forum, you have to start properly plan the data and data capture in data, analyze the data, and then you have to make a proper presentation slide, and video, whatever to, ice breaking or motivate them, kind of a thing, you can do that. Think about that, right? Okay, so the here industry standard says ISO 9001 specifically requires documented communication processes with suppliers to maintain quality consistent throughout supply chain, right? So what it does mean that ISO 9001 says clearly specifically as how we are going to we are documented everything, how we are going to communicate to suppliers. Anybody have the ISO best practice in your organization? I heard that last one of the session you all said ISO you certified.
Yes, I have.
Dilan. All right. I think you are agree with this, right? So you are define everything in documented and how to communicate with other parties, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So that's what I think about other companies as well. If you have ISO best practice, it's a world recognized system, all everything defined. If you can do that, your business will be success. Very, very unlikely things go wrong. Everything with the right track. Okay. So this is external communication. Okay. Then let's move on. All right. It's a formal communication. How are we going to formally communicate? Let's look at formal communication channels. Let's look at what it is. So as I explained, you have to schedule the meeting, right? Reports and documentation, official announcement, right? Schedule a meeting, like, so you can have regular quality reviews, the weekly meeting, the daily meeting. I tell you one example, what I do every day. As I explained, 30-minute meeting. I have a Zoom call with my QA managers every day. We make a dashboard, them together collect the data, inline defect, headline defect, final defects, top 3 defects, embellishment defect like embroidery, heat transfer, pad print, and whatever the embellishment have, printing. So likewise, we have that. Also, shipment plan. Yesterday, how many shipment plan? What are the PO plan? Internal CFA, like, certified auditors audit pass or fail. And third party comes, like, ITS or BV come for the final. What it is? What are those? How many POs we offer? How many POs we plan? How many POs we offer? How many POs rejected? What are the reason? So all those information I have in a one dashboard is a what do you call this? Is a common platform we call what is the I forget that. Sorry about that.
Is that Power BI?
Yes, thank you very much, Sam. Power BI. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So Power BI tool that because I have a very clever computer expert here. Then I use her that she make me very nice Power BI tool. Then everybody upload the information to that. So I have a one dashboard every day morning. I connect with them. Right? I schedule a meeting. Everybody must come on time. I tell you what happened initially. Some were coming to the meeting, delay 1 or 2 minutes. You know what I've done? I write down the name and how many minutes they delay for the meeting. Then end of the meeting, right? I calculate based on the company, what do you call this, cost per minute. Then I show them how many, because based on the participant, how many dollars they lost, they wasted. You know what happened? After the following day, next day, everybody on time. Now I tell you proudly, nobody delay, even single minute, single second. They realize that because I clearly brief as an example, because quality managers must example, especially because we are leaders. Leaders must be example for everybody, right? So if we are misbehave, we cannot develop the company. We cannot drive the business. Do you remember we explained to change the culture, we have to change the behavior, right? To change the behavior, you have to system. To run, then I teach you everybody you have to behave sometime as a Hitler. On the other way around, I behave like a Hitler. I explain them professionally. If you delay, what will happen? Right? So likewise, you have to communicate and engage with the people and communicate properly, them to understand their level and what is the impact on that. And so I suggest you better have a quality reviews daily or weekly or monthly and quarterly or after 6 months or annually. I think, do you have that kind of a mechanism in the company? Anybody can explain like me?
Yes, sir. Yes, we have. We are.
In that?
Yes, every month we take divisional level quality meetings,
Okay.
and weekly have internal quality meetings.
Mhm. So,
Likewise,
right. Is there any specific topic you are talking about, like me, what I explained?
yes, we are focusing every related quality related areas.
All right.
Even inline, AQL, final,
Super,
rejection
super.
also. And
Are you
RMQ.
doing, okay. Are you doing kind of a improvement activity also?
Yes, yes. That every
Right.
meeting we are making 3Ws. Who's the responsible? What are the issue? And
Super,
we
super.
big issues we are doing 8 step also, and
Okay.
we take more improvement based on the meeting.
Great, great, great. Are you doing any knowledge sharing kind of a session for them?
Yes, we
Super.
every month we are planning some error proof sessions and craftsmanship sessions
Wow.
and coordination audit also we are doing.
Wow. Good. Excellent, Suresh. That conversation mean that if you have been that you are doing very great job. Good. Keep it up. So and think about how kind of what kind of improvise mechanism you can bring in, kind of a technology, the AI kind of a thing, like the data capturing and data analysis and kind of if you can share with them videos and them to understand kind of a team game and to collaborate to work kind of a thing, like team game or whatever. And also you can give them a motivation. You can bring some motivation speaker, them to motivate kind of a outside person to bring them. Like you can do kind of whatever varieties to do to improve your area. Okay, apart from Suresh, anybody else? Can you share your best practice? If anyone, only Suresh. Is that right? Monthly meeting or weekly meeting?
What just to share with you, I'm not sure whether it matches. We have a hall of shame and a hall of fame. Hall
Okay.
of shame is all the failure, all the learning from that. We exhibit these prototype,
All
what's
right.
happened, and these are the whole of shame and the whole of pride, what we have achieved in terms
Uh-huh.
of quality performance, customer coming back, good messages
Okay.
from customer. So we do these, and then when we look at whole of shame, we do a breakout like what can be done to make sure that we don't go down this road again. What is a learning
Mm-hmm.
from there, from that
All right.
cases?
It's quite good actually, Ravi, because you are connecting with and engaging with the people, right? So to all team,
Mhm.
am I correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Anybody else? Anybody at least daily meeting, stand-up meeting, and kind of a thing? Do anybody apart from Ravi and Suresh? I want to hear some one person. No, right? Okay, fine. So, why? Because schedule a meeting for what? Improvement, team meetings, and management updates with document. Right? This is what we discuss, right? Reports and documentation. Standardized quality reports. Yeah, you have to standardize all the document, right? It's also communication, right? So, bulletins, procedures, and work instruction, WI, and standard worksheet that ensure consistent communication. How we are going to communicate. So, recently I done one of the I tell you, Ashami, let me share one of the best practice I introduced. I had an issue in our central warehouse. One guy is there, quality manager. What he do is if there's a problem, when I calling a meeting with the supplier and the customer, he just coming free hand. When I ask him the question, he don't have some data in hand, right? So then what I've done, I understand this guy is not organized, right? I make 3 areas kind of a checklist. I told him before you come to my meeting or a supply meeting to discuss this problem, you must collect all this information based on my checklist. Say, for example, if there's a fabric issue, then I make the one of the checklists. He must fill up and collect all the information before come to the meeting. And if there's accessory issues or 3 more accessory issues, then we create one of the checklist. Likewise, and if there's a lab testing fail, also we create the checklist. Before he come to the meeting, he must gather all the information. What do you think about that? Because you can create that kind of a scenario into your members, not to miss anything, because we are professional, right? So if you are going to the meeting with the external party like supplier, if they're asking, can you tell me how many pieces have the problem? If you don't know, it's a problem, right? In front of supplier. You can't say, okay, I go and collect the information and come back again. You cannot tell like that, right? You must have all the information in your fingertips, right? To avoid that kind of a scenario, we create a 3 format, very nice one. Then he said to me recently, Rohan, thank you very much. Now I know how to come to the meeting. Anybody asks a question, I have the facts and figures. Just imagine, right? Now my colleague, now he's satisfied. He performing now because before when he come to the meeting, he's coming like a curious face. He come and sit. He don't know anybody asks a question. He don't have, he's not organized. Then what I done personally, I organize him. Think about that because it's a powerful tool what we have given to him. Now he coming with the facts and figures to discuss anybody, right? What do you think about that, guys? Is that kind of a mechanism?
Definitely, yeah, we need to
Yeah,
do
think
like
about that. Yes, as a TQM practitioner, you also must think about your non-organized character in your company, in your the department. Organize that kind of a manner. Then person will work for sure. The person will perform, right? Okay, because especially in the apparel sector, all are busy, right? When they come to work, they are running here and there because most of the apparel sector, the people not organized. Some are not professional. As a TQM practitioner, you have to make them professional, make them organized. Then easy to work. Okay, right. Then official announcement. That means if you have official announcements, also has to be formally communicate what are the initiative you done in the quality or policy changes happen and any achievement or recognition, right? So don't do any recognition in the hidden place. Please do it in a publicly, giving a recognize for that person or the team in front of everybody. Then that other team will be motivated to do the same as that the person achieved and getting some certificate or award from the top management or the customer, then everybody will be more motivated. That has to be being organized. That you can create a kind of the very nice plaque in the sense, what do you call this, background with the pictures and the kind of a poster, like their picture or whatever, then you can design nicely. And trophy or whatever you can organize, you red carpet or whatever, like with the podium. Like you can organize that kind of a scenario. Like I know I work in Vietnam factory. Every month they have a team member recognition event. What they do is based on the Adidas company. Actually, we invited customer one of the leader every month. They are coming to the factory. And what we do is we select best line number 1, 2, 3. Then we are calling every operators to come to the big podium, the stage, big podium, big stage. They we ask them to come, and everybody we stop the work for 15 minutes, and they are facing to practice side, and we get the photos with the visitor and the guests and all the management together, and we recognize them, give a everybody entire factory clapping and giving a good pride for them. Likewise, we organize that kind of scenario. Do you have that kind of the activities in your companies, guys? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Suresh, you have, right? How you do that?
Yeah. We are monthly. We are doing baseline award.
Super. Baseline award, right? Great. So think about that other guys, other companies also. You can think about this kind of the best practice. Then what will happen is you do the small thing, but the gain is big. Because mainly the top management not making money. We are giving like strategies and strategical approach, ideas to do that. And who are the innocent operator or the employee who are sitting in the machine or the place who are producing, you have to think about them because you have to motivate them, right? You have to communicate or distribute whatever recognition matters. Then they will motivate. Then they will never go from your company or from your team. Other point I want to remind, I heard one of the article, company, any employees from the company, any employees leaving mean that employee not like for that management. That company, the employee never leave from the company, right? The employee leaving from the management, basically. That's what I saw that article. That is right actually. Why? If you train them well, if you motivate them, if you communicate them, you are taking care of them, and they never go, right? Some of the companies I heard that this company actually 29 year experienced people are there, 30 years experienced people are there. Why? They are very happily working. Right? As a TQM leader, TQM practitioner, think about that. How I'm going to motivate them through the communication way. All right. And here one of the real world application. Look at this. Saras is the supplier, customer. There's a weekly quality review meetings, systematically track progress. Right? They are tracking the progress, document corrective action. Everything is document and assign clear responsibility for improvement initiative. Like, they have a define. I know I'm working with Nike basically. Nike also have a Nike box. So they have a platform. We cannot do what we want like problem solving. They are defined clear problem solving tool. Like, we have to use the fishbone analysis, then YY analysis, and they are a format. We have to fill all the information into that. Likewise, you also can define kind of the scenarios into your company. Define the Ishikawa diagram or whatever in the shop floor. Like you can make a whiteboard. You can arrange the Ishikawa diagram in the board, and also you can do the YY analysis. Also, you can define a board, and everybody have a problem. They can come to that board and together with somebody, whoever in their involvement in the problem, they can write it down. The proper way that they can find the solution as well. So you can define that kind of permanent the place for them to make a problem solving, right? That kind of scenario, like Saras, what they are explained here. They are define all the responses, improvement, action plan, initiatives. All right. So let's look at what is the next slide. Is that clear, guys? If you learn something from this slide, how you scheduling meeting, report and documentation, how you official announcement and all.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
very much.
Suresh. I'm hearing Suresh only. Suresh and Ravi. How others? I'm not hearing his voice. Only I spoke with somebody in Bangladesh. Ruan, is it?
No, I'm in Indonesia.
Oh, Ruan. Sorry, Ruan. Indonesian. Yeah, Ruan. What do you
Rohan,
think?
I am from Bangladesh.
Oh, yeah, Aruna. I'm sorry, Aruna. What do you
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
Aruna? So far.
So far, very nice, and I told you in the beginning, so I am responsible
Yeah,
for
yeah,
some
yeah.
5 factories, and those factories now we started many things, and we have started already some practicing likewise.
Good,
We
good, good.
learn. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. Your feedback. Okay. Let's move on. Okay. Let's look at we discussed formal. This is informal communication. This is this is not like corridor talks. Corridor talks in the sense, the gossips and all that, if you have a concern, you go and talk and somebody come and talk and criticize somebody. Not, it's not like that, right? This is beneficial for companies. Okay. So let me go through. It's all while formal channels provide structured like informal communication, and how you are going to flexibility, like, flexibility, like, find the solution, and immediately, like, for the quality improvement, like, say for example, if you have a problem in the production flow, right, you don't have time, like, having a formal meeting or whatever. There's somebody come and tell the problem, you have to go and resolve the problem immediately, right? So, like, day-to-day conversation, like, between team members about quality issues, like, as I said, now some of the companies in Australia, right, they they have a best practice, only 15 minutes meeting. If they have a problem, what they do is they mark that, then leader and that person go to that place and resolve it. Likewise, you also can do that, right? So I believe that you also have a day-to-day conversation with the team. Now, I have seen in our current company, every line, they have a 5 minutes meeting with the leader. They talk about plan, yesterday what happened, today what is your plan, targets, everything, and the quality issues, whatever. In front of the TV, I mean, we have a dashboard in the TV. They explain to everybody. I think it's a day-to-day conversation, right? It's not it's a meeting room or whatever. This is a standing meeting, okay? And other one is instant messaging and prompt to discussion that solve problem quickly, like, the urgency, like, you can have a kind of instant message, like, even SMS message, come, shall we discuss this matter immediately, come and meet me. Then you have to rush to that place together, meet each other and discuss and solve the problem. That's kind of it's informal, right? You don't have an agenda, nothing, like, just to come and solve the problem. And the casual feedback loops that catch the issue before they come, document problem, like, the so it's a casual feedback. You can get the casual feedback for any problem with the documented documents. Okay, now I have a problem in document when I fill in the document. So the operator or somebody come and complain you, when I fill in this one, very difficult. It's not user friendly. Then you have to think about, I mean, recorrect it. Like building relationship with that strength quality culture, like how you're going to relation building up. There you go and talk with people, like, there are some the techniques to build the relationship. You better follow the YouTube or the Google. There are a lot of techniques to follow. Like, I'll tell you one example. So if you go and give a hand to the person, and, at least you can talk with the nice smiling every day morning, say good morning, and if you can touch the shoulder and, hi guys, how are you, as a leader, then people motivate. You can build a relationship, right? The other stakeholder, if you are going to talk and not, don't limit it to your department. You just walk around other department. Hey, what do you think our service? You can get the feedback. Like, you can hear from them. So, do you have any problem in our department, people? So they will tell the complaints or problem about your department colleagues. So then you have to build the relationship, right? Because end of the day, you are going to build the TQM quality culture based on the TQM philosophy, all right? Okay, is that clear, guys? Here, informal communication method, like, it's not a formal, mean there no agenda, nothing, just to day-to-day communication, like, between members, team members, and go and like while walking into the line, you go and ask any feedback from operators. Do you happily work or not? How many? I know what I tell you. One, I might share this the incident. I work one of the good chairman in the world. I can say in the world. What he do is he visiting factory. Okay, he stopped all other senior managers. He alone go and sit in front of the machine and pull the chair and sit with the operator. You know what he's asking? He asking, tell me, did you get the salary on time? Are you happily work? Did you satisfy the salary? Or how many family members you have? What are they doing, right? And what are the challenges you are facing in this company? And finally asking, anybody unnecessarily pressure you or not? So that's a chairman best practice. I know personally, right? So I was hearing, because I am always going with him. So then that's the way that you have to work with the people. And as a leader, you also must go to the line or the manufacturing flow and connect with the operators and get the feedback. Then they will tell many stories. Like, say for example, end line checker unnecessarily rejecting the garment. Could be. Then operator giving feedback. Sir, look at this, that QC very tough, unnecessarily rejecting all the garment we are removing. Then end of the day, efficiency drop, quality having more problem. Even tiny, the defect are there, then we are remove it. So if somebody come and look at that and commercially can accept, would be great. Kind of the feedback could be given. Is that then likewise you have to build the relationship, like if you are a leader, if you are connecting with each other, like engage with you at the bottom level, of course they will love you, they will work with you for sure. That means informally you can work with them. All right, is that clear? Shall I move?
Yes, Mr. Ram. Clear.
Yes.
Okay, come. This is, I think this is not new for you. This is I think it's a common the communication factor. It's a visual communication, right? So it's a common in the world now, right? Because AI tools are there, a lot of the tools like we are using, like even in one of the factory we have 12 factories, 3 factories. Each machine operator have the tabs in front of the machine. We have a display board, especially critical operation. There's a video that operator can see that, and also she can see the defect, even inland defect, how many defects she produced. And based on the inland defects that the defect showing in front of that operator. Think about that. This kind of that's a world now. So those days actually we all do the manual. Now we have a lot of visual best practice in most of the company now. Okay, quality dashboard, right? Do you have a central quality dashboard, like big version of quality dashboard? Any companies? In my room, in my room have all the 12 factories, the line level defect rate, because that what do you call this TV slide are moving. The 5 minutes is hold it, and the another 5 minutes you can see that next factory. Is also Power BI is moving, right? That kind of a TV screen I have. If there's a problem, or if I see any factory have a like a spikes, like a fluctuation so high, what I do is I make a call. Hey guy, what's wrong with your other lead line? If there's, I can see that there's a serious spikes, like going up to 10-12%. What happened? Then if you don't know, then it's a problem. Then I tell him, hey guy, because we are given palm top for them, like they have a what do you call, handy carrying a tab with him. Then he also can see that. And likewise, you also can create, right? Quality dashboard is a common. Is a now new versions are coming also in the future. I think it will be evolved for sure. This is must. I think there is a visual communication. All right. The real time display and key quality metrics, like performance indicators that create transparency. You can transparency, you can see, because anybody cannot manipulate the data, right? Anybody cannot manipulate the data, right? So then if you have a dashboard proper way, okay. So process control charts, like I think I can share one example. We have a heat transfer process. We have set temperature, time, and pressure to what do you call this, upper control level, lower control level check sheet, like, the graphical analysis, how is fluctuating as a visual control. We can see that very easily. If there's a fluctuation, like, is a lower control level, then if the pressure go down, then we have something wrong in the machine. And if the temperature goes up, there's something wrong with the machine. Then our mechanics come and repair. Likewise, you also think about that. Control chart is another visual communication. Visual management boards. I think every factory have this physical or digital boards in the display in the factories or in front of the line. And it's not the new thing. I think it's a common to everybody. Okay. This is one of the visual communication as a 7th point. Training and communication, right? Why training is critical for TQM communication? Think about that. As I explained the previous first slide. So training is very important. Training, technical training, training on quality standards, tool and methodology. Like, you have a mechanism to train everybody in your department, whatever the knowledge you are going to share, like, a workshop or whatever, you can do that. Now, recently I started training for everybody, operator to top management, the heat transfer, the knowledge. We organized a training session. So we set the 3 days training program. So on the the last day, we organize testimonial, like certification we are going to provide. Likewise, you also think about that, technical training is very important, right? That you can organize to share the methodology for and the tools or whatever in your team. And also communication skill development or clear quality the discussion, like, you can create a kind of a meetings proper way to communicate about the quality factors to your team. And cross-functional understanding, improve interdepartment collaboration. Like, you can organize to get the feedback from other department. Like, based on the quality forum, you can get the feedback. You can invite other department come and give feedback, or give them the opportunity to come and discuss, kind of a thing. You can do that. I mean, training and communication is a very essential for communication. Like, think about that, why training is critical for TQM communication, because very, very important. You have to train your team based on what you have learned today, communication to your department. Now, because some people don't know how to talk. I clearly explain, like, how my managers work, like, with an organized way. Think about that, right? And documentation and record keeping, and quality manuals, standard operation procedures, audit reports, corrective action record. I'm not going to detail. So you are very clear. I covered these areas also. Let me go to the next slide. I think because time is little stuck. Feedback mechanism also, like, it's one of the communication tool fundamental. You have to maintain, you have to collection the information, gather the feedback from customers or employees or suppliers, whoever, and to the interview service. I can cover this area, and analyze the data and the information what we have, prioritize the issue based on that, and generate actionable insight. Like, you can do the action accordingly, and also response. So whatever they give a feedback, your response as well. So give a feedback to whatever the feedback get from anybody. You have to give a proper feedback them as well, right? For the stakeholder, whoever. All right. So another one is, this is another one, the same thing like what I have covered. Communication technologies, what you can use, as I explained, like, we using tab 4 operators, tab 4 QCs, the tab 4, like, the managers, they have in their hand, this kind of a mechanism. You can, technology is powerful now. You can use whatever tool, you can use it. Don't go for manual. This will be a there will be a big beneficial things for your company, the organization. Do it mobile application or whatever, because I'm thinking, like, to set my hand on if there's a serious issue going to get the SMS message. So I'm thinking about that with my working with IT department to get the message, because while I'm traveling, because I cannot see any dashboard or whatever, then I can see when I flying and touch down, then I can see that problem, whatever the company have. Likewise, you can think about that technology, you can use it. crisis and change management communication, like the rapid response speed, you have to give the feedback or the clear communicate whatever the protocols you have, right? Communication protocols need to be done. So another one, transparency, like honest communication, very important. Don't manipulate any information. So you have to give a proper feedback or proper data. Like I found one of the company in the previous, like 10-15 years back, I remember they are giving wrong information to customers. That is very bad. So because even top level, they are hiding the problem. They are not improve the process of the company situation, but trying to satisfy customers, showing the or the malfunction, like they forge some information. It's not good. Like the change management, the structured communication during process changes, like as I explained like previous slide, you have to have a mechanism to communicate proper way as a management to the top to bottom, bottom to top, like that. And the learning system also coming crisis and change communication, like to resolve the crisis. This kind of best practice you should have, like transparency, change management, and learning system, right? So if you get opportunity, I tell you to travel the Toyota. They are a good system. Like how they are connecting with the stakeholders daily, and if there's a major problem happen in the wherever, like especially like here they mentioned the supply chain. So everybody get together, and even the tier two supply, they engage and resolve the problem. These are the basis of the communication lesson today. So that's what actually I covered today. I think 5 minutes we have. Do you have any question on these slides or the session? Then I want to go for assignment today. Anybody have any question? If no, then I want to explain the assignment. All right. So this is a mandatory assignment from this lesson. This is not a very serious or critical one. So please read the question very carefully. I will explain you in detail. What we have to do is select the 5 areas of communication based on your the handouts have subjects based on your choice, right? As your choice based on the learn about 12 communication subjects. I have been covered 12 subjects today, right? Upward communication, downward communication, crisis, and a lot of areas were covered, right? And then observe in your organization some of the areas of you can go and observe your area, some of the area, like could be your department or another department, the merchandising department or technician or mechanical area. You go and observe how they communicate. If they're having a meeting, then you can observe it and note down, right? Like this, list down the opportunities to improve. Look at based on your learning from this the session today, write down what are the things need to be improved. Only the 5 based on 5 communication, what are the problem you have been seen. Here list down the opportunities to improve. That means problem, concern, your observation point. I come based on the communication concern, based on the areas of selected 5 communication subject. What you have to do is first you select the 5 communication subject what I teach you today. Based on that, you go and observe in other areas. It could be your department and or other 2 or 3 area, and observe and list down the concern. And then what you have to do is create an action plan to improve those concern areas which are opportunities to improve. That means problem what you're seeing, based on you make a Excel chart. Like Excel sheet is supposed to be like this. Number, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What you observe, that means put the area in the column, and what are the observation point, where have you been area, and what are the observation point, and then how you are going to improve, and who is responsible, when are you going to finish. Is that clear? Is that clear this up to this point? First point is
Yeah.
you are
Yes, sir.
identify 5 areas,
Yes,
then
Ram.
you list down
Yeah.
the concern. Sorry guy, clear?
Yeah, we clear.
Yes.
Okay, come on.
Yes.
All right, then finally think about this one and very clear, right? elaborate, identify those concern areas which needs to be improved based on your learning of communication subjects. That means you have to write a essay, you have to write a article or a document. Minimum words should be 300, right? You can identify 1 or 2 subject and explain what you observe based on your learning, right? And I need to see these 300 words and the total assignment before next Thursday. Please send me immediately because I'm really busy. I'm while I'm walking and walking and having a busy time. I observe this and give you feedback. Whether night time I can do that, no problem. Please do it. If you have any concern or any concern, or if you don't understand, please talk to me personally. I can explain you in briefly. Is that right, guys? You are clear, right? Anybody not clear, please
Yes,
raise
I
your
have
voice or
one.
hand.
Yes,
All right,
I have
student.
one.
Thank you very much. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Let me share the feedback form immediately. Please fill up that and give it back to give me your feedback. I'll share to the link now. So sooner, please, before you leave, please give a feedback. Then Darshana will analyze and we are going to use those information to improve our next session. And we can think about, we can self-satisfactory or we can think about based on your comment or feedback to, how we're going to improve. Guys, today, I trust you learned something about communication. I'll share the video, one video to your yep.
Hello. There is a
Yeah, Aruna.
mistake, I think. You mentioned there the day 4, it should be day 14.
Yeah. Aruna, I explained and apologize for that. And mistakenly, I said the 14 is not the last day. There's another day, the next Thursday. Darshana will join, and I also join, and Vimal will join. There is a mock exam. Mock examination means a dummy examination. We show you how to write the examination, how to enter into the online, and Darshan will explain you. Please join next Thursday, okay? At the same time. Is that clear, Aruna?
Yeah,
Aruna?
okay. Yeah. No,
Sorry
no,
about
that. I mean that your evaluation, class evaluation sheet, Google Sheet showing day, not day 14, it is day 4. That's why I told you.
Yeah, I mean the handout, is it?
Handout. No, not handout.
Sorry about that. Yeah,
For the comments to give. You shared the.
Is it so? Okay,
Yeah.
Darshana. I'll talk with the Darshana. If Darshana there, then Darshana will make it.
Yes,
no problem. But anyway, you give.
Sorry, I'm here. Maybe my mistakes. Please use that.
Okay, Darshana. Okay, Darshana.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's my bad.
Okay, when they give you feedback, you take as a 14. It's fine.
Sure.
It's a typo error. Okay, Darshana. Thank you. Okay, guys. Aruna, thank you very much for your feedback. All right. Appreciate your participate today. Okay. We'll meet up again on next Thursday for the mock examination. And all the best. Thank you very much for joining with us. And whatever I done, I feel that we done my best on my experience and the knowledge. I hope you learned something from us. That would be a great for us. Thank you very much, guys. All right. All the best. Take care. See you next week.
Thank you, Rohan. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay, Ravi.